And on the subject of sashes and awnings, we're going to talk about Queen Edith for the next little while. Sam Davies is here. She is a community activist in that part of the city. Morning, Sam, and Happy New Year.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you for coming in this morning. There's a few things we want to talk about. And first of all, you've got a couple of neighbourhood design workshops which are coming up over the next couple of weeks, actually. One on Saturday the 18th and the next one on the 25th of January. Now, what sort of areas are you looking to cover in that?
So the Queen Edith Community Forum, which is the group that I chair, is very keen that people should feel more ownership, more of a stake in their neighbourhood. And it's really interesting. When you talk to people from Cherry Hinton, a lot of them still refer to it as the village. It has an identity. It has a way they think about it. And
do you think that Queen Edith lacks that at all?
I do, absolutely.
Really, I find that interesting because to me, sitting here in Petersfield, Queen Edith feels one of the most active parts of the city. It's
active, but I wouldn't say it has a particular identity. It's the kind of bit next to the biomedical campus that isn't Trumpington. And what the Community Forum's been trying to do over the last 4 or 5 years, really, as well as run events and share information, is actually start to develop some sense of identity. And it's particularly important in Queen Edith because we have so many temporary residents who are there doing research contracts on the biomedical campus or who are working at the hospital, that to keep some kind of continuity.
And it's that part of the problem, whereas the people you mentioned in Cherry Hinton, they've either lived there forever or they're intending to live there forever, whereas in Queen Edith's, because of the nature of what's around you, yes, there may be some residents who are pretty much part of the furniture, but this constant toing and froing, you're not going to be thinking about what's going to be happening in 5 years because you're not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a problem across the whole city because 20% of the population of the city churns every year. That's not just the students, that's the whole population. So it's a very, very mobile population, but I think Queen Edith has a particular issue with it. So in terms of what we're trying to do at the moment, we're looking at place and what that means in a Queen Edith context. And the workshops are one part of a 3-part project, if you like. And the workshops are about getting people to think about the future of the Queen Edith's Way area in the south of the neighbourhood. As a kind of case study, really, we're trying this out. I like trying things. So we're trying this out to see what ideas people can bring forward from their own experience about changes they would like to make there and how they can begin to construct a vision
and
for that area.
And what sort of changes are we looking at? Is this, I don't know, road crossings in the right place, enough community access? I know we often hear about, I think it popped up in the news, it might have popped up in the headlines this morning, from another point of view, pressure on the national grid because of electric car charging. Is there enough electric car charging in Queen Edith's, for example?
So I think we're open to suggestions from the really quite small to the very significant. I mean, you know, there are cities around the world which have done things like in Barcelona, they call them super blocks. So they basically define a one-way grid round a number of streets, and within the grid you can have very limited car access or no access at all. So, you know, one extremely ambitious and possibly not popular, I don't know, but opportunity could be to redefine the layout of Queen Edith's Way, Cherry Hinton Road, Mowbray Road, to make the area within that less car dependent. Okay. On the other hand, it could be really simple things like saying, are there places we could put car club cars? Because we don't have any car club cars in Cambridge at the moment. And then that might encourage some people to give up their car or their second car, make some more space on the road. But it's really important to say it's not just about transport, it's about place. So in that area, Wolfston Way is our local centre. That's where our shops are. That's where one of the primary schools is. Now, that's an area that I don't think is really pulling its weight at the moment in terms of attracting people to stay local, shop local, build community there. So it'll be really interesting to see what ideas people have this Saturday and the workshop the following Saturday about what can be done to make that a more vibrant place.